Let us learn speed control of DC series motor. We have seen speed control of DC shunt motor. In DC series motor, we know that back EMF will be EB equal to V minus IA, RA plus RSC. Also, EB is K phi N. So from here we can write N is directly proportional to V minus IA, RA plus RSC divided by phi. Right. So speed can be varied by varying supply voltage, by varying armature resistance or this flux. So let us see the methods to control speed of series motor. So first we will see field diverter method. Field diverter method. So here I got this series motor. This is armature EB, resistance RA, and here resistance is RSE. Right, and what we are using, we are trying to divert some current from field winding. So I will use one resistance, external resistance, to divert. So this is what external resistance, and the current coming from here IL will be diverted. So current through field is ISC and current through this external resistance is ID, and both current are added to give armature current. Right, supply voltage is this. So here armature current is ISC plus ID. Okay. So in this case, if I vary this field resistance, then current through this will vary, and in that case this field current will also vary. Right. Let us say, as I am varying Rx, if Rx decreases, what will happen? ID will increase, and if ID increase, we know IA is ISC plus ID. As ID is increasing, IA is remaining constant, ISC must decrease to maintain this constant, right? So whatever current was supposed to flow through field winding, that current is diverted now. So a part of that current is following this path, and because of that, current through this field winding is reduced. So as ISC is decreased, flux is decreased. That means we can say speed, which is inversely proportional to flux, will increase. Right. So this method is used to control speed above base value, that is the rated value, right? Because we got control on field current. Field current can be decreased, cannot be increased above rated value. So if field current is decreased, obviously speed will increase, because there is inverse relation between field current and speed. So this is what field diverter. We are diverting some of current, field current, through external resistance, right? Second method is armature diverter. So in this case, current through armature winding will be diverted, and we will see what happens then. You can see here, this is armature, okay. This is field winding with resistance RSC, and current here is ISC, and this current was supposed to flow through armature, but due to diversion this current is disturbed now. So we are using a field diverter here. So this is what external resistance, and there will be current ID, and current here is IA, right? And we can say ISC field current is summation of these two current IA plus ID. Now when we are controlling speed of motor for a given load, so load torque, as load is constant, load torque will also be constant. So T, which is directly proportional to phi IA, must be constant, right? So when I decrease Rx, when Rs decreases, or this resistance decreases, what will happen? ID will increase, means more and more current will flow through this, and armature current will decrease. Because of that, what will happen? Armature current will decrease. So torque, which is directly proportional to phi Ia, if armature current is decreasing, to maintain this constant, it is constant, flux must increase, okay. So when flux is increasing, and what will happen? Flux increases, that means speed, which is inversely proportional to flux. As flux increases, speed will decrease. So speed decreases, right? So this method is preferred for speed control below rated. Right? Mind you, when one of the value is changing, second value must change accordingly to maintain this torque constant. So as we have seen, armature current is reduced, therefore flux will increase to maintain torque constant, and as it is increasing, speed will decrease, right? So this is what armature diverter method. Another method is tapped field control method. Tapped field control. So in this we have tapping in field winding, right? Like this. So this is field winding, and we got tappings here. So position 1, 2, 3, and I have armature. EB, RA, and this point can be connected at any one position, right? It can move upward. So this is what supply voltage, plus, minus. So here, by changing position of this armature connection at different tapping, that is 1, 2, 3, number of turns will change. If it is at position 1, then total winding, that is maximum turns are utilized. If it is shifted to 2, then turns will reduce, and at 3 turns will be this much only, right? So turns are changing. Therefore, as field turns changes due to tapping, MMF, which is N into R, changes, and we know MMF Ni is responsible for producing flux, right? So if MMF changes, flux will change, and this will cause variation in speed, right? So speed will change if I change the tapping position. At position 1, at 1, MMF is maximum, therefore flux will also be maximum, therefore speed is rated. But when we are going to other position, at position 2, MMF reduces, flux reduces, speed increases above rated, right? So this method is useful for speed control above rated. So this is what tapped field control. We have provided certain tapping, and by selecting tapping position we can control speed of motor. Next method is series parallel field coil connection. Series parallel field coils. So field coils will be connected in series and parallel. So let me show. Say these are the two field coils and they are connected in series now. Current here is I, number of turns here is say N1, so N1I will be MMF and here it will be N2I MMF, right? And this is what my armature R is resistance. So here total MMF will be summation of these two MMF, N1 plus N2 R, and if I connect them in parallel, then MMF will reduce EB. So they are reconnected like this in parallel. So here current will be different, N1 N2, say I1 current is here and I2 current is here. So this I current is distributed. So here MMF will be, total MMF will be N1 I1, which is also equal to N2 I2, right? So in this case, in series connection, MMF is more, therefore flux is more, therefore speed is less, right? And in this case, in parallel connection, MMF is less than series connection. MMF is less, this implies flux is less, therefore speed is high. So by connecting field coils in series and parallel, we can have speed low or high. For series it will be low, and for for parallel it will be more, right? So this is what series connection and this is parallel connection. Last method is voltage control. So voltage control is like this. We have EB RA and there is RSC, and supply voltage is varied. It can be varied by using a generator which is supplying it voltage, and generator voltage is varied by any control, right? So if variable voltage is applied, as voltage changes, we know there will be variation in speed, because speed is directly proportional to V also, right? We have written it, V minus IA RA plus RSC by phi. So as voltage changes, speed will also change, and speed will be below rated only, below rated, because voltage cannot be increased above rated, right? If you increase voltage above rated, it will damage insulation. So these are the methods to control series motor speed. There can be rheostatic control also. If I add certain resistance in series with this, then we know, you can see it also, rheostatic control. So in this we will add some resistance in series directly. So this is external resistance Rx, and this is RSC. EB is here and it has resistance RA, right? Supply voltage. So in this case, as Rx increases, we know that current will decrease, right? Armature current, that is field current, will decrease. So it will cause decrement in flux, therefore speed will increase, right? So this is how the speed of series motor can be controlled.